or what? Coding the videos, right? And based on the sentence, integrated reliability sessions between the first author and each rater were conducted once during baseline and twice during intervention phase for each subject. So what might that imply? So did the author rate every subject and everything? Probably not. And then when we look at the data points, whose data points, how do we get that data point? From an average of multiple raters, like you guys did with your single subject design assignment, or a single rater? When we look at the figures, we look at those data points. That I don't mean a single rater. No, there's 3 raters, but they were obtained through coding of a single rater, or and for each child, is that some average like you guys did for your single subject design study? So yeah, we don't know really, but do we take a guess? I mean, we couldn't.
They don't say that you assume that it was a single rater because they would brag about it.
Yeah, they totally would. Because didn't y'all write about it in your papers? If they would have had multiple soldiers, wouldn't they have bragged about it? And I just want to follow up with something you talked about. It would be Lori talked about it would be sketchy if the first author, who obviously it's like her project's probably her thesis or something, or dissertation, she was doing the coding. Of course it is, because you're always biased, but would it be biased? Why or why not? What protections are in place to reduce bias?
Well, they said they draped some sort of cloth so that they couldn't see what the child was sitting on. So you wouldn't necessarily know which intervention it was.
Of course, if you were there and it was your day, you probably remember nuances of things, but...
And it said, like, the first author positioned the child, so how could she not know what the child was sitting on?
All right, we're moving on. Are we okay with coding? And I promise you, we talk about things that are way more difficult than the questions on the exam. Pretty much, you have to not read the article before you show up to do poorly, and not have paid attention in class at all, and been totally disengaged from your single subject design assignment. And if that's the case with anything, then you're probably in trouble anyway. So, yes.
What percentage of the exam will not be related to the article?
None. So I got more. So you got. Okay, I'll let you ask questions now. Yes, Caitlin.
I can't remember if you said this or not, but are we allowed to bring in any materials other than the physical article?
Yeah, you can take notes on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No other things coming into this? Like no laptops, textbooks?
No laptop.
I just figured I would check.
Yeah. No, good. Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah.
Are there materials that are calculate this like the C statistic or the percentage of each bed or something?
Good question. We don't. Yes. No.
What question?
Do you have to calculate anything? And the answer is you'll have 5 minutes to calculate C-stat for all children for all data. So, speaking of results, somebody just tell me what all these different things going on. And see, like, FYI, see how I mark up all my business, and I got, like, little things, and I circle things, and I write stuff, and I highlight stuff. So, like, it helps. So let's look at figure 3. People randomly start yelling out things or information that you see in figure 3. So let's first talk about A, subject 1. some are colored in, and there's, what's all that? There's a line, and then other lines, and there's a key.
I think the P is looking at if there's a significant difference between baseline and intervention. I mean the two interventions.
What else? Let's look at B. What are all those wacky numbers?
Number of times they made decisions.
In C, what's that random clear square with a 3 over it hanging out in the intervention phase?
The random time they made him sit in the regular seat. The random time they made them sit in the regular seat to test for maturation.
Very good.
Are you supposed to assume that if there's no number over it, they didn't reposition the kid?
What do you guys think? So, if you were going to make a list of strengths for the study, what would you say are strengths that increase your confidence that the findings we see really are due to the intervention track? What are some strengths that improve your confidence that the findings are really due to the intervention?
They attempted to control for natural.
Any other comments on that? Does everyone understand how they attempted to control for maturation? Good. What else? What's another strength?
Their attempt at making the scores blind to the intervention being used.
Yeah? What else? Did you hear? Boy, I don't know why you can't hear. God, this thing is like... She said their attempt to make people blind.
Always a strength.
What else?
Starting all kids out with having no experience in high chairs.
You hear that?
Small successes for subject 3. So one of them did have.
She's saying one of them did have experience. Subject three.
That might also be a strength too, because then you can see if the results are consistent throughout and if they made the same type of gain versus surprisingly higher gains, then you could say that it doesn't matter if kids have experience, the chairs will pass because both situations.
Good, yeah. Excellent point. What else? What's another strength?
So using 2 different foam seats really helps them because the high chair itself is quite slick. So using a sort of plain old foam rather than concrete foam, they're trying to control for that potential traction issue.